Hello Choppers out there, it's a brand new week, so you guys know what that means, a new week with lots of new adventures to be had, and I'm taking you guys on my adventures that I get to this week. It's Monday, and I was supposed to be working 11 till 2, but I gave that shift to my colleague Jazz, who didn't have many shifts. I then got up after a little bit of a lie-in, got changed and had some Blueberry Wheat cereal that I got from the shops the other day, and it's so bloody good. I then was just finishing off watching this series on Now TV called Mary and George, which has Nicholas Claxton in from Red, White and Blue, and he is so gorgeous, the face of a blooming angel, and I really enjoyed that series. Finished watching that, and then I was just listening to a bit of music, working on some new illustrations and colours some of those in, and reading a little bit more of If This Gets Out, and I'm so almost finished with that book. And normally I read like 2 or 3 books at a time, for some really weird dreams, but I have been dedicated to this one book, and I'm determined to get this one finished. And then I was just watching some vlogs and TikToks and some funny dog and cat videos, posted some TikToks, and I'm getting a lot better at lip syncing, and Tash even said so the other day, which is really flattering because my lip syncing used to be atrocious. Not the best, but I'm getting better, and I'm just enjoying doing the TikToks, and that's the main thing. Always have fun doing a bit of TikTok. I then got myself ready to go off to the garden centre, my happy place, and I headed off there. I went to listen to music on my way up there, enjoying the lovely sunshine and blue skies. I had my fleece in my bag just in case it got a little bit chilly, and also had my raincoat in case it rained, because this weather is always so unpredictable. And then got up to the garden centre and had a look around there, and I started picking up some of the new displays ready for springtime. And I got some selfies in front of some of the little springtime displays with some flowers and things like that behind me, which is really cute. And then went off to have a look around at the flower section and got some flower stats from there that I'll show you guys. I love this time of year where all the flowers start to bloom, and I was able to get some really pretty colourful flower snaps. I then had a look at the home section and the stationery section and some of the plushies and sweets, and I was like, I don't need any of that. It's very restrained. I was like, no. I was almost going to get this notebook, but I was like, I've already got enough notebooks to start my own notebook shop, because I just bloody love stationery. I mean, who doesn't love a bit of stationery? And then I went off to the plant section and got some plants that's from there, and they had a load of new plant displays, so I was having a lovely look on there, and I'll show you guys the plants that I got from there. The plant displays in there are so pretty, all the succulents and cactuses, and a pretty patterned plant pots and the little animal plant pots, which is so cute. I was then chatting with one of my mates who worked in the garden centre and was wishing him a happy new year, and we were just chatting about how Christmas had been. And then I made my way back, and on my way back I stopped off at one stop and got myself some lunch from there, and I had some chicken Caesar wraps and got a tub of Fawn Cocktail crisps, which are my favourite Pringles, and also got myself a drink to have on my walk back, and had that whilst on my way back from one stop. I was listening to a bit of Kylie on my headphones, having a good sing song, so sorry if anybody could hear me, but he thought a cat was being strangled. And I got back and had my lunch. I had my chicken Caesar wraps. Chicken Caesar wraps are my favourite type of wraps. They're so delicious. Really enjoyed those. And I had a cup of tea and some biscuits whilst reading a bit more of If This Gets Out. I was then doing some TikToks and posted some of those, and listened to a bit of music, tied up my office and my dolls and dollhouse, and sorted my Bluetooth doll out into a new look, and I'll show you guys that. Here's my Bluetooth doll's newest look, starting off with the shoes. She's got these white high heels on, some blue denim jeans, then she has this white vest with a little bow on the front, she's so cute, and this orange cloud cardigan, then she's got a choker necklace and her black hat, and this is the whole look. That look is so adorable, and I want a life-size version of that orange cloud jumper cardigan. It's so cute. I then listened to a bit of Kylie, and I was working on a bit of my short story that I'm working on at the moment, and I'm now off to go and take the dog for a walk with my dad, and she'll see with a bit more of the vlog coming later on. It's later on in the evening now, and I got back from taking Bear for a walk with my dad. He was very good on the lead, he wasn't pulling as much, and he saw some of his friends, so they were running around playing together, so that tired him out. So when we got back, he was absolutely pooped and crashed out on the sofa, bless him. I then listened to a bit of music Booked some of my journal entry for today and was just watching some episodes of Escape to Country and a bit of Father Brown. And then for my tea, I had some chicken and garlic Kievs with some new potatoes and some beans, and I'll show you guys that. It was so delicious. We then tidied away and I then finished my journal entry for today, put that away, and I worked on some new illustrations a couple of days in, and I'll show you guys one of my new illustrations. Here's one of my new illustrations for you guys. She's got these high-heel boots on and then this puffy heart-cut dress with a top underneath that with shoulder pads. Love the shoulder pads. And she's got a collar with a brooch and a choker necklace, and then she's got some black acrylic nails with a heart-shaped ring on, and then this handbag here that says Spellbook, and it looks like a spellbook. I love the details on there and the little decorations on there. And then she's got this long flowing hair, she's got a hat with a feather on, and she's got these winged eyeliner and eyelashes and the lips. I love the face. The face is probably one of my favorite things to draw. And then I did a moon and a sun earring together, so you've got the moon on the outside and the sun in the inside. I coloured that in black so you can see it in more detail, and this is my illustration completed. It's giving witchy vibes. I love the Spellbook handbag and the moon and sun earring that I did. And I'm now off to go and watch today's Home Away and UK soaps, and then finish off working on some of my new illustrations, and to see you more on the vlog tomorrow. It's now Tuesday and I got woken up by the dog barking, wanting to be let out, so I got up and let him out in the garden. I then made myself some breakfast and I had some cherry jam toast with a cup of tea. I was then just watching a little bit of TV, listened to a bit of music, and was reading some more of this out. I then got showered and changed and was just watching some stuff off record and just catch up on, and tidy up my office and dolls and dollhouse a little bit, and was just working on some illustrations. Kind of 7 days in, I'm working on a bit of my short story, and then my mum had taken my grandma to go get her hair done, and then I was just watching some episodes of Doctor Who, and then my grandma got back and me and my mum dropped my grandma back to hers, and then my mum dropped me off up to the high street where I went off to have a look on some of the charge shops. I love a good charge shop mooch, and was looking at some of the jumpers in one of the charge shops. I have some really nice jumpers and I was this close to getting one of them. Tried it on and it just did not look right on me at all, so I was like, nope, definitely not. I then bumped into one of my family friends, so I was chatting with them for a little bit, and then went off to the flower shop and I got some flower sets from there. I've always got such beautiful bouquets of flowers in there with such lovely colours on the flowers. I was then having a lovely chat with the flower shop keepers in there. I got some plant sets from the plant section. They've got a load of new plants on display, lots of succulents and cactuses and really pretty patterned plant pots. I was having a lovely look around at the plant section. I then got 2 mirror selfies from there, one with this mirror with lots of flowers around it, and the other with a load of plants around it, and I'll show you guys those. I then went off and had a look around some more of the charge shops. I went off to go and get something to eat. I went off to one of the cafes and I got one of the very nice little compote yogurts they have in there that are so good, and a chai latte from there, and I'm sure you guys that. It was so delicious. I used to just have the yogurt with the cherry compote and not have the nuts, as I wasn't too keen on them, and then I one day put them all together and it tasted amazing, and I didn't know why I didn't do it before. And yeah, I just didn't think I was a fan of nuts, to be honest, but with it all together it tastes so good. So I sat and chilled in there for a little bit, and then I went off and I had a look at some other shops, and I'd got my bag and left my phone on the table, so I felt my pocket and was like, oh my gosh. So I turned around and one of the people working there was like, here you go. I was like, at least my head if I was attached to my body. I then went off into one of the other cafes and saw one of my friends I go to morning group with. I was chatting them for a little bit, and then I got some mirror selfies from there, and I'll show you guys those. They've got such beautiful mirrors in there with really pretty print and wallpaper and lanterns. It's always so pretty in there. I then went off to TT Jones, which used to be W. Smith, and had a look around there, and went off to the bookshop. I love this lot of old books so much. And I went off to Widderford. I got some cream fingers from there. I then made my way home, and on the way back it started to lash down. They did say that the weather was going to be a bit hit and miss today, so I quickly put my coat on and had my headphones on and was listening to music on my way back. I then got back and I had one of the cream fingers with a cup of tea. It was so delicious. I love a cream finger. I then just wrote some of my journal entry for today, did some TikToks and posted those, and watched some vlogs and TikToks and some funny dog and cat videos, and then I was just reading some more of If This Gets Out, and I've just been working on a bit of my short story that I'm working on at the moment, and I've just been rewatching Heated Rivalry, which I'm obsessed with. It was such a great show, and I can't wait for the books to be out on Amazon at the end of January so I can get those. And I'm now off to go and continue on working on my short story and just listen to a bit of music and just chill before going off to my first Jigsaw volunteering session of the year this evening, and to see when I'm back from that. It's later on in the evening now, and I'm back from being at my first session of Jigsaw volunteering that I do on Tuesday nights of 2026. So I got dropped up there by my dad, got in there and wished everyone a happy new year, and we all talked about how our Christmases have been, and then we were just reintroducing ourselves, and then we were planning for a Jigsaw charity event that we're going to be holding next Tuesday, so that was very exciting. So we're getting the food and drinks and activities planned, and then there's some hot chocolates, and we did fruit or veg of the day, and they always really enjoyed doing that. And then it was the end of the session, and I then got picked up by my dad. We then had to pop to the co-op to get some milk from there, and then got back, and for my tea I had a chicken wrap with some chips that we'd got for takeaway for tea, and I'll show you guys that. The chicken wrap and chips I had for my tea was so delicious, and my younger sister had had some salad with her tea, and she didn't want the jalapenos, so I had those, and I love jalapenos so much. I then finished writing my journal entry for today, put that away, and was reading a bit more of If This Gets Out, and had a cup of tea and some biscuits, and was listening to a bit of music and just finishing off some illustrations. And I'm going to show you guys one of my illustrations. Here's one of my new illustrations I've just finished off. Starting off with the boots, she's got these black high heel boots on. The higher the heel, the better. I always love giving my illustrations massive heels. And then onto the hand, she's got black long acrylic nails, she's got a ring on, she's got this handbag, and then she's got this stunning puffy dress with a belt with lace on the side and all lace bit up the side, and then she's got a choker necklace, a cross earring. I always love doing cross earrings, very 80s, which I love, and this netted like shoulder pad hair, and then she's got this long flowing hair, the winged eyeliner. This face is giving, she looks stunning. I love the lashes and the lips and the eyes, especially the eyes, and on the ears she's got some studs at the top of her ears. I think the shoulder pads. I then was just watching some vlogs and TikToks and some funny dog and cat videos, and I'm now off to go and watch today's Home Away UK soaps and New Waterloo Road. I shall see you in more of the vlog tomorrow. It's now Wednesday, and I got up after a lie-in. I then let Bear out in the garden, and my dad had gone fishing, which he does on Wednesdays, so Bear was a little bit restless, so I was playing with him out in the garden to kind of tire him out a little bit so he wasn't as anxious and wasn't barking as much, and he's calmed down a little bit, so he's at the spot now when my dad goes fishing. I then gave him and Purdy, our cat, some treats, and then watched a bit of TV and had some blueberry wheat cereal, which is so good. And then my mum got up, and me and my mum were watching a little bit of Murder, She Wrote. I also watched a bit of Look Who's Talking, which is such a great film series. Love those films. I then got myself ready to go off to have a little stroll, and it was a lovely sunny day with beautiful blue skies, so I got myself ready to go off on my walk and headed off. And whilst on my walk I was listening to music on my headphones, having a lovely stroll up to the high street. I then got up to the high street and had a look on some of the charge shops, went off to one of the bookshops, and also went into Aldi to have a look at the Best Buy section in Aldi, which I always love having a look at. And then I went off to Surroundings, this really cute little shop that sells lots of art pieces, pottery, stationery, mugs, socks, lots of really cute bits. I'm having a lovely look around there, and I got some snacks from there that I'm showing you guys. They have some really cool socks in there with really cute patterns on, and I get quite a few socks from there. And I wasn't going to get any more socks, but I ended up getting these ones. They're so pretty. I love the patterns. They've got the yellow, really orangey bit on the toe and the heel. I think it's like an orange yellowish colour with these really cute patterns on. So I knew I had to get these, and when I bought them, the shopkeeper was like, not more socks, because they know how much I love my socks. I was then having a lovely chat with the shopkeepers in there, and then I went off and had a look at some more of the shops. I then made my way back, and on my way back I got a snap of these beautiful orange leaves, and I'll show you guys those. They've got such beautiful colours and patterns on. I then popped to Co-op. I got myself some lunch from there. I got myself a drink and some cheese and onion sandwiches, and sat on a bench and had my drink and my sandwiches. I then got back and I was just watching a little bit of TV, just a bit of music, and having some bear cuddles, and I got a really cute snap of bear, and I'll show you guys that. He is so adorable and he's getting so big. I then listened to a bit of Kylie, worked on some illustrations, coloured some days in, and just read some more of If This Gets Out. And then I was messaging Tash, and she had the day off, and I asked if she wanted to pop up to the high street for a coffee catch up, and she was like, absolutely. So I then got myself ready to go back up to the high street to meet her for a coffee catch up. I thought she'd been working, so if I'd known she wasn't working, I would have met her up the high street. I wouldn't have had to go back up, but I thought she was, because normally she works 8:30 till 5, but she had a Wednesday off. So I got to go up and have a coffee catch up with her, and I made my way up there and listened to some music on headphones whilst on the way up to meet her at the coffee shop. And there's lots of weird works going on at the minute, so I had to do a little bit of a detour to get up there. And I met her at the coffee shop, and I got a chai latte from there, and I'm sure you guys that. The chai lattes they do now are so delicious. We then sat in there for a little bit and had a good chat, and then we headed off to go down for a little stroll at our town's castle. So we headed down there. Whilst on our way down there, I got a snap with this beautiful flower wreath, and I'll show you guys that. It's so beautiful. I then got to the castle with Tash, and we had a look around the gardens and a little stroll, and I love the water fountain. It's so pretty. And then Tash got some snacks for me around the castle, and I'll show you guys those. Not only is she my bestie, she's also my personal photographer. She always gets such great snaps of me. We then headed back up to the high street, and Tash had to head off to Tesco's, and I had to go to Co-op to get some bits for my younger sister, and then got those bits and then headed back. And I'm now off to go and have a cup of tea and some biscuits, write a bit of my journal entry for today, and then I'm going to be reading some more of If This Gets Out, and just gonna chill before work this evening. I've got my uniform ready for that. I'm doing a 6 till close. I shall see you with a bit more to vlog when I'm back from work. It's later on in the evening now, and I'm back from doing a 6 till close. So I got myself ready for work. I then got dropped into work by my dad. I then went to work, I got clocked in and put my bag and coat away. I got my drink that I got out to have for work out of my bag and had some of that. And it was just me and one other colleague on shift. And it's pretty quiet, as it normally is on a Wednesday evening. Middle of the week, also it's dry January, and lots of people are still broke from Christmas. So it's also a little bit quiet this time of year. So I just cracked on with some of the cleaning and clothes jobs. I then was cleaning the OJ machine, and it then got really busy, so I had to jump on bar. I was doing some food and drink orders and some drinks making and cleaning tables, and so on, chatted to some of the regulars who would come in, and it picked up a little bit, and then it quieted down again, and I then just did a massive clean up of tables and just got loads of the cleaning and clothes jobs done that I could get done. And then we were out by about 10:20ish, and then clocked off, got my bag and coat, and then waited to get picked up by my mum. And I got picked up, got back, got to my PJs and put my work clothes in the wash, and I'm now not until Saturday daytime, so I've got 2 days off to relax and enjoy. I then had my tea, and for my tea I had a mac and cheese, and I'll show you guys that. The mac and cheese was so delicious, nice and cheesy, just how I like it. And then me and Mum were watching a bit of Murder She Wrote, and I was having some bear cuddles, and I'm now off to go and finish writing my journal entry for today. Then I'm going to put that away and watch today's Home and Away and UK soaps, and just see if more of the vlog tomorrow. It's now Thursday, and I got up after a lie-in. I then had some jam toast and a cup of tea for my breakfast, had some bear cuddles, listened to a bit of music, and just worked on some illustrations, cuddled some days in, and just tidied up my office and my dolls and dollhouse a little bit, and just watched some stuff off record, ready to finish watching. And then I was just watching some stuff on Netflix, and I was watching The People We Meet on Vacation, which is such an adorable film. You really have to go check it out if you have not seen that film already. I was watching some Heated Rivalry fan vids on YouTube. I love that so much. They're so cute, and the ones that play Elia and Shane are so adorable, and their friendship in real life is so beautiful. I then was just listening to a bit of Kylie and had a cup of tea and some biscuits, and just went some more of If This Is Out. And then me and my mum got ready to go out for lunch with my grandma, so we headed off to pick her up. I went off to the Alpaca Cafe, and it's so miserable out there, so rainy, so gloomy, and we got into the warmth in the cafe, and it had some really good songs playing, and I got a coronation chicken panini with some salad and had a chai latte. I'll show you guys that. The coronation chicken panini with the salad was so delicious, and the salad was so crunchy, and lettuce and cucumber. I didn't like the tomatoes, I'm not a big fan of tomatoes, so next time I'll ask if instead of tomatoes, could I have some lettuce and cucumber and a bit of coleslaw instead of tomatoes, because the coleslaw looked so good, and my mum and grandma were saying how nice the coleslaw was. We kind of gutted that I didn't get any of the coleslaw, and the chai latte was so good. But the last time they did a little chocolate alpaca art in the chai latte, but this time I didn't have it in there, which is a bit gutting, but still very nice. We then stayed in there for a little bit and was just chatting, and then we headed back, and me and my mum dropped our grandma home, and then we got back, and Bear was very happy to see us. He's getting a lot better at being left alone at home now. He had got one of the tea towels. He loves getting tea towels from the side in the kitchen, so it was found on the floor in the living room, and he was looking at me with these big brown eyes. I was like, what are you doing? And so we need to remember to put them at the back of the kitchen counter, because otherwise he'll try to get them. He just loves tea towels, bless him, and he's definitely mellowing a lot and not as crazy as he used to be. It's a little bit crazy, but I mean, we all are a bit bonkers, aren't we? I then listened to a bit of music and just worked on some more illustrations and coloured some of those in, and I'll show you guys a new illustration I've just finished. Here's one of my new illustrations that I'm going to be showing you guys in further detail, starting off with the shoes. She's got these floral print high heel boots, and I've done a few floral print boots like this in some of my previous illustrations, and I love them. They're so pretty. And then she's got this flower handbag, a little smiley face on, which is so cute. Then some black acrylic nails and a ring, which is a flower with some cufflinks at the bottom of her shirt. And over top of that, she's got this heart cut dress, and she's got a collar with a brooch, a black choker necklace, and then she's got this floral ring and a flower headdress. And she's got this long flowing hair with this flicky bit of hair, which I love doing hairstyles like this on my illustrations. And then her face is so pretty. I love the eyelashes and the eyes. This is probably one of my favourite faces I've done in one of my illustrations so far. And here is it in all its glory with all the flower power vibes. I love all the flower little bits, like the boots, the handbag, the ring, the earring and the headdress. It's so cute. I'm really enjoying getting back into illustrations. I hadn't done any for a while, and I'm now really loving getting back into it, and I'm loving how they're turning out. I was then just listening to a bit of music and had some of my prawn cocktail fingers I got the other day, which are the best fingers for me. They're so good. I love prawn cocktail crisps. And then me and my mum dropped my younger sister up to the charge shop that she's volunteering at, and I then went off to have a look at some of the charge shops. I went off to Aldi and to a co-op. I got some bits on there. I got some stuff for my sister that she needed and gave that to her. I then made my way back, and on my way back I was listening to music on my headphones, and it dried up a little bit and was only spitting a little bit and wasn't as torrential as it had been, so that was good. And I put on Gene Kelly Singing in the Rain whilst on my way back. I got back and I was listening to some more music and just working on some more illustrations and coloring some of those. I watching some vlogs and TikToks of furry dog and cat videos. I was working on some of my short story that I've just been working on, and I'm now off to go and finish off a bit of my short story and just chill before going off to GameStop this evening and just do a bit more to vlog later on. It's later on in the evening now, and I'm back for being a games night at Jen's. So I got dropped to Jen's by my dad, and on the way there I popped to the shops to get some drinks, as it was my job to get drinks. One was doing pudding and the other was getting some baguettes. I then got to Jen's and I got there before the others, so I was just having a good chat with Jen, and then Amelia, Tash and Jamie arrived. We then played some games, and we had an orange rubber ball where we just chucked it around and had to say things beginning with each letter of the alphabet and had to pass it around, and if we dropped it we had to start again all the way from the start. I did drop it a few times, so we then had to start again, but we finally got to the last letter of the alphabet. We then played this Lego game where you had cards and you had to describe the picture to your teammate, and they had to then build it, and then you'd put on the picture, and if it matched it you got a point. Some of them were tricky, and I managed to get the first one correct for Jen, who I was explaining it to, and then each card, it was like card 5, 6, 7, 8, got a bit harder, and then it just got quite tricky towards the end, but quite a lot of them I was actually close but no cigar, as they say. We then had our tea and we had some baguettes with some stuffing and some chicken and beef, and I'm sure you guys that. The baguettes were so delicious, smothered in gravy. Did get a little bit messy, but was so good nonetheless. And then we played Muffin Time, and that's always a really good one to play, quite a long one, but that was really fun. And we then had some pudding and we had some chocolate wall with some cream, and I'm sure you guys that. It was so delicious and we had such a great evening. Lots of laughter, lots of tears from laughing so much, and also have such a great time with those guys. I then got dropped back by Amelia, Tash and Jamie. Got back and I am now off to go and finish writing my journal entry for today, and then I'm going to be watching today's Homeaway and UK soaps, and just see more of the vlog tomorrow. It's now Friday, and I hope you guys are all having a lovely end to your week, almost a weekend. I was supposed to have a morning group this morning, but it wasn't on as the people who run it aren't feeling very well, wishing them a speedy recovery. Hopefully it shall be on the next week, which meant I got to have a little bit of a lie-in. I then got some breakfast. I had some roasted bread toast with lots of butter smothered on that. Love roasted bread so much. And I had a cup of tea, had some bear cuddles and was playing with him out in the garden. Gave him and Paddy their treats they have for their breakfast, and then I was watching a little bit of TV, just a bit of music, and watched a bit of Singing in the Rain. My dad then got back from work, and me and my dad were watching a bit of Bargain Hunters, and then I got showered and changed. My mum then got up and we were just watching a little bit of Monday She Wrote. I then listened to a bit of music and was just working on some illustrations, colouring some of those in, and just reading a bit more off If This Gets Out, and watching some vlogs and TikToks of funny dog and cat videos. I'm now off to go and meet Tash for a coffee catch up at the coffee lab, and then we're going off into town to go to this cafe called Fluffy Fluffy that do such amazing pancakes, and haven't been there in ages, so looking forward to going there with Tash, and then go to Sparks and to the flower shop and have a little bit of a mooch around town. And it's a lovely sunny day, so we picked a good day for it. And then when we get back, we're going off to Tash's flat, and we're going to be watching Waitress, which is Tash's favourite musical, and she's introducing me to that, and I'm really looking forward to watching it. And we're having spaghetti for tea, both of our favourites. Can't wait to have that with lots of parmesan cheese on top. And then she's making a pie themed for Waitress, as it's about a pie shop, So looking forward to trying that and to see a bit more of the vlog coming later on. I'm back from being in town with Tash. So I went off to meet her at the Coffee Lab, one of the coffee shops in the high street. I got myself a peach toast tea and one of those yogurts with the raspberry compote that they have in there, which is so good, and normally they're all sold out. I managed to get one and I'm going to show you guys a snap of that. I had my peach iced tea. I was sat waiting for her to arrive. She then texted me to say that the pie she's making that's themed to Waitress the musical that we're going to be watching tonight was taking a lot bit longer than she expected to cook. So she said for me to give pot round to hers while that was getting finished off. So I got her a coffee to take away and then put the yogurt in my bag and then went over to Tash's with the coffee, had the yogurt, and then we headed off to go get the bus into town. We then got the bus and made our way off into town. And then when we got into town, we went off to one of the flower shops I always love to go into, and I got some plants and some there that I'm show you guys. We've got such beautiful plant displays in there with beautiful succulents and cactuses and pretty plant pots. I was having a lovely look on there at the plant section. I then went off to the flower section they have in there and got some snaps of some of the beautiful bouquets of flowers, and I'll show you guys those. They've always got such lovely bouquets of flowers in there with such beautiful colours. I then was having a lovely chat with the flower shopkeepers in there and got some selfies of some of the plants and flower bouquets in there. And then me and Tash went off to this pancake place called Fluffy Fluffy, where they always do such great pancakes, and we got in there at the perfect time where it wasn't too busy, so I was able to get some snacks whilst in there, and I'll show you guys those. It's such a cute pancake place and the pancakes were so delicious. I had some Nutella and banana and strawberry pancakes and they were so fluffy, so soft, absolutely demolished those, and also had a mango iced tea from there, which was so good. We then went off to have a look in some of the shops and it started to rain, even though it said it wasn't supposed to rain today, which is a bit of a bummer, and it was lashing down. So we went off into some of the vintage clothes shops to have a look in there, and by the time we were finished browsing in there, it stopped raining thankfully. And then we went off to Sparks, one of my favourite shops to go into, which has lots of independent shops and stores selling lots of crafts, notebooks, mugs, clothes, all really cool things like that in there. So we went and had a look on there, and they have some really pretty mirrors in there, and I've got some mirror selfies from there that I'll show you guys. Those mirrors are so beautiful. You know me, couldn't resist getting a few mirror selfies from there. I love a mirror selfie. We then went off to Urban Outfitters and was having a look around there, and then went off to Damage Society, one of Tash's favourite shops, and they had some supernatural stuff in there, so I was having a look at that. We then got the bus back and Tash got off like further back to go off to Tesco's to get some stuff for tonight, as I'm off to have tea at Tash's for about 6ish. We're having spaghetti bolognese, and then we're going to be having a Waitress themed pie that she's made, and we're going to be watching Waitress, one of our favourite musicals that I have not seen before, and I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be me, Tash, Jazz and one of our other colleagues who also really likes Waitress. So I'm looking forward to heading off there to watch that later on. I then headed off to Co-op and got some bits from there, and whilst on my way back was just some music on my headphones, and got myself some chicken and stuffing sandwiches to have whilst on my walk back, and I got my younger sister some chocolates that she'd asked for, and then I got back and gave her the chocolates, and then I was just watching a bit of TV, and my dad had taken Bear for a walk. They got back and Bear was very happy to see me, so I was giving him lots of hugs and kisses and playing with him with his favourite little dog Lobster toy that he absolutely adores and always loves chewing and playing with, and he's just so cute. and I'm now off to go and finish writing a bit of my short story that I'm working on, write some of my journal entry for today, and then finish off reading some more of this just gets out. I'm just going to be chilling before going off to Tash's this evening. I should see you with more to when I'm back from that. It's later on in the evening now, and I'm back from being at Tash's flat watching Waitress, this musical about a pie cafe, and it's one of Tash's favourite musicals, and I'd not seen it before. And we had spaghetti bolognese, which is mine and Tash's favourite, and she even made a pie as it's based on the pie cafe, and it was so delicious. Spaghetti as well with Chaos, one of our colleagues who came and joined us, bread that she'd made, and it was so good with the mince and the pasta on there, and the movie was so fun, and we'll definitely be watching that again. We then did some trivia rounds on YouTube of like song intros and movie intros and having to guess the songs or what movie it was, which is really fun, and had such a great evening. And I'll show you guys the stats I got from the evening. It was such a lovely evening, lots of laughter, and Tash knew the film back to front. She knew all the songs. She kept on saying things that were from the movie that were in the musical as well. It's really fascinating and really cute, and she was literally living her best life. I think she's probably watched it more times than I've had hot dinners, as they say, and I really enjoyed the movie and the songs. We'll definitely have to watch it a lot more, and thank you Tash for introducing me to the world of Waitress. And then I got my bag and coat, and I found the photos that I put in my bag to give Tash ages ago that we got from Photomatic in Brighton. There was some, and I cut some for me to have, for her to have, and I kept forgetting to give her ones, and finally got one to give them to her. And then I thanked Tash for a lovely evening, and then I made my way back, and on my way back I was just to music on my headset. It was raining slightly, but wasn't too bad. It was actually quite refreshing. And then I got home, and I'm now off to go and finish writing my journal entry for today, get into my PJs, and then watch today's Home and Away and UK soaps and Love Island All Stars that came back the other day. And I've got my uniform ready for work. I'm doing a 9:30 till 3 tomorrow, which means I get to have a little bit of a lie-in, and I shall see you with more of the vlog tomorrow. It's now Saturday, and I hope you guys are all having a lovely start to your weekend. I got up early as I had work doing 9:30 till 3, so I was able to have a little bit of a lie-in. I then got myself ready for work and had some toast and a cup of tea for my breakfast. I had some bear cuddles, watched a little bit of TV and just listened to a bit of music. And then my dad dropped me off to work, and I was up to work a little bit early, so before starting work I was able to pop to the flower shop and get some flower stats from there, and I'll show you guys those. I was able to get some really pretty flower snaps from there, and they've got such beautiful bouquets with lovely colourful flowers on. I was then having a lovely chat with the flower shopkeepers in there. I got some plant snaps from the plant section, I'm sure you guys. They just got a load of new cactuses and succulents in, so I was having a lovely look around there at the plant section. I was able to get some really pretty snaps of those. I got myself a drink from the corner shop to have for work. I then went to work, clocked in, and put my bag and coat away, and it was me and 3 other colleagues on shift. We had a great team on, a great music playlist playing, and we were quite busy. We had quite a busy breakfast rush, lots of people coming in for coffees. So I was buying lots of food and drinks and cleaning lots of tables, and I was mainly on floor whilst my other 2 colleagues were on bar, and one of my other colleagues was on coffees. And then it got quite busy, and there was a little bit of wait on coffees, and people were literally like, well, where's my coffee? I was like, it's just coming now. We got all the drinks and food out, and everyone was happy. But it's just like, we've only got 1 coffee machine, 1 barista, so people just need to be patient, and it's not just going to magically appear. And so that was quite frustrating. And Tash was like, oh, you look really stressed. I was like, I'm not stressed, I'm more frustrated than anything, because people know what it's like on a Saturday, especially when it's the weekend. I then was doing a massive clean up of tables inside as well as outside, as it was a lovely sunny day, so we had people sitting outside as well as inside. I then saw and chatted to some of the regulars, and it quieted down a bit, so I just had a massive clean up and was sorting out glasses and washing cutlery and putting clean glasses and mugs and plates away. And then it got quite busy at lunchtime. We had quite a few big bookings in at lunchtime, which kept us busy. We had a baby shower, a booking of 13 and a booking of like 12, and so it was quite a busy afternoon, and it was a little bit relentless. It just did not stop. I then finished at 3 o'clock, well 3ish in the end. I then clocked off, got a bag and coat, and got changed to this jumper that I wear right now. I then made my way off to Co-op and got myself some lunch from there, and on the way back I was listening to music on my headphones, and got home and put my work clothes in the wash and got my clean uniform ready for work tomorrow. I'm doing a 9 till 3, and then got out of my work jeans and into my comfy trousers, and then I had my lunch. I had my chicken and stuffing sandwiches and some barbecue lips that I got from Co-op, and I've got a work drink for tomorrow and kept that in my bag, and I had a cup of tea and some biscuits. And my dad had gone food shopping. He then got back, and I was just listening to a bit of music, writing a bit on my journal, and reading some more of Just Gets Out and watching some Heated Wifery fan vids. And then I was just tidying up my office and Dolls and Dollhouse, and I'm now off to go and take Bear for a walk with my dad. I should see it with a bit more to vlog later on. It's later on in the evening now, and I got back from taking Bear for a walk with my dad. He was really well behaved. He didn't pull on the lead as much. He's definitely mellowing. He's not being as crazy as he was. Bearing in mind he is only one. We're going to be taking him to some one-on-one classes to get a few more lessons, but he is doing so much better and is definitely listening a lot better. And then my older brother and his girlfriend came over to have tea tonight, as they're not going to be coming over for Sunday roast tomorrow evening, as they cannot attend, as they're going to be busy. I then was just watching a bit of Gladiator with them and love that show. Some of the gladiators are pretty cute, and then we ordered fish and chips to have for tea, and my dad struggled to get through as it was obviously very busy on the line. We finally got through and ordered our fish and chips, and then I was just watching some vlogs and some TikToks of funny dog and cat videos, just a bit of music and just reading some more of If This Gets Out. Had a cup of tea and some biscuits, and was just tidying up my office and Dolls and Dollhouse a little bit, and then me and my dad went off to go and collect the fish and chips, and the car park to the fish and chip shop was absolutely chock-a-block, and the queue to get in was so long. Finally got in and got our fish and chips, and then we got back and we had our fish and chips, and I had a chicken and chips, and I'll show you guys that. The chicken and chips I had from the fish and chip shop was so delicious. I'm not really a big fan of chips, but the chips they do there are so good and very moist. I did have a few chip butties and covered my chicken in curry sauce. Love curry sauce. We also got some fortune cookies, and then we were watching a bit of Michael McIntyre's The Big Grill, which I love. I love a bit of Michael McIntyre, he's so funny. And then we were playing some games, and me and Zoe were playing some games of Ludo. Always love playing a Ludo game against her. That's probably one of my favourite games to play. And then my older brother and his girlfriend then headed home. I then finished writing my journal entry for today, and then put that away. I've got my uniform ready for tomorrow, doing a 9 till 3, so it means I've got to be up early, so I've set my alarm ready for that. And I'm looking forward to having a few days off after that, so I don't have to set any alarms. We'll get a little bit of a lie-in, hopefully. And then I was just reading some more of If This Gets Out. I had a cup of tea and some raisin bread smothered in butter. Love a bit of raisin bread. I was just watching some fan vids of Heated Wifery. Can't wait for the books to be out on the 20th of January. So I'm hoping to get to the bookshop in the mail and get those copies of that. And I'm now off to go and watch Heated Wifery on Now TV for my 100th rewatch. It's just so good, and I'll see you with more of the vlog tomorrow. It's now Sunday, and I got up early ready for work. I was doing work 9 till 3. I had some breakfast and had some bear cuddles, watching a bit of TV, listened to a bit of music, and I got the snap of Bear, and I'll show you guys that. He's so adorable. I then got dropped out to work by my dad, and I helped open up with me and one other colleague who was on to open with me. And I then went off to the corner shop to get the newspapers that we have on Sunday mornings for people to read whilst having their coffees. So I went and got those, and then one of our colleagues came in at 10, and it was just me and 2 other colleagues on shift, and we had no pot wash. So one of our pot washers came in about 11ish as the other one didn't turn up. So that was quite stressful, and then it got quite busy, so there's lots of food and drinks to be made and a little bit of wait on coffee and food. So that was quite stressful, but we managed to get all the food and drinks out, and I was on bar, my other colleague was on coffees, and my other colleague was on floor. But I did end up going on floor as well to help tidy up, because there were so many tables that needed to be tidied as we had so many people in. And I saw my family friends, I was chatting with them, and then I was just doing a massive clean up and tidying up just the tables, putting tables and chairs back together, as we had tables put together with big bookings and walk-ins that we had come in. And despite it being really horrible out, it was actually quite busy. And I then finished at 3, I clocked off, got my bag and coat, and then I went off to Aldi to get some lunch from there, and I got some chicken Caesar wraps and an apple juice from there, and I love apple juice so much. I then had a look around there and went off to the Best Buy section in Aldi, which I always love going to, and left a voice message to Tash just saying about work and how crazy busy it was, and was asking how her football had gone. She probably got soaked, bless her. And then I went off to the flower section, and I got some flower starts in there, and I'll show you guys those. I was able to get some really pretty flower starts from there. There were such lovely bouquets with such beautiful colourful flowers. I also got a snap of some plants from the little plant section they had there. That plant section is so cute with all the pretty plants and the plant pots. I then got picked up by my dad, and I went off and waited under the covered area just down by my work to wait to be picked up, as it was absolutely lashing down. And then he picked me up, we got back, and I put my work clothes in the wash, and I'm not in till Wednesday evening. I've got 2 days off, 2.5 days of freedom. I then had my lunch, and I had my chicken Caesar wraps, and I had that with a cup of tea, and I had my barbecue hula hoops that I got from the shops yesterday when getting my lunch after work. I then listened to a bit of music, went to some illustration and did some drawing and colouring in. I was just tidying up my office and my dollhouse a little bit, and was seeing on social media about the 2016 challenge, and looked on my Facebook profiles to see if I could find any from 2016, and I did. It was a lovely trip down memory lane, looking at all the photos from 2016, which I cannot believe was 10 years ago. And I'm going to show you guys one of the snaps that I found on my phone from 2016. Oh god, I looked so young and had so much hair back then. I don't know why I decided to pose by a tree. My mate was like, oh, it would look really cool. Black and white, obviously, still love a black and white photo. You can't go wrong with a black and white selfie. I then read some more of If This Gets Out, listened to a bit of music, did some drawing and colouring in, and just tidied up my office and dollhouse up a little bit more. Just moved a few things around and watched some vlogs and TikToks and some funny dog and cat videos, and was watching some stuff off record that I just finished catching up on, like Love Island All Stars, which I am obsessed with. And then my dad took Bear off for a walk after the weather had got a little bit nicer and it dried up and wasn't as miserable, thankfully. And then my dad got back and he went off to collect my grandma from hers and brought her over to ours, and we were going to be having a Sunday roast. My mum was getting that ready and it smelled so good. We then watched this David Attenborough documentary. I love a bit of David Attenborough. And my younger brother and his girlfriend then came over, and so did my older sister. My older brother and his girlfriend went over as they were busy, and they'd come over last night instead. And then we had our Sunday roast, and for pudding we had some donuts, and I had mine with a cup of tea, and I'll show you guys that. The Sunday roast was so delicious. After serving loads of Sunday roast at work, I was dreaming about this roast, and it didn't disappoint. We then had the donuts and pudding, which was so delicious, nice and sugary. I love a wing donut, and the cup of tea was so good. And my ginormous brown flower mug I got from the shops the other day, perfect size for a big cup of tea. I love a big mug of tea. And then me, my older sister, younger brother and his girlfriend and younger sister were playing some games out in the end room. And then my grandma got dropped home, and my younger brother and his girlfriend went off home as well. I was then watching a little bit of Auntie's Roadshow, finished writing my journal and put that away, and then I was just listening to a bit of Kylie and watching some vlogs and TikToks, and reading some more Office Discuss Out and watching some Heated to Wifey fan vids, and can't wait for the book series to be out on the 20th of January, which is on a Tuesday, so I'm going to be ordering those on Amazon. Can't wait to have those in my collection and get those read. And now going off to watch some more episodes of Bridgerton Season 3, which is probably my favourite Bridgerton series. I love Poland and can't wait for the new series to be out soon. And hope you guys have all had a great week and weekend, and all have a lovely rest of your Sunday evening and a fabulous new week ahead. And like, comment and subscribe. I shall see you with a new vlog coming very soon.